In the quiet town of Hollow Creek, where ancient oaks cast long shadows and whispers seemed to echo through empty streets, there lived a young college student named Lisa Carter. The summer air hung heavy with anticipation as she settled into her family's old Victorian home, a creaking sentinel standing alone against the darkness of the surrounding woods. Her parents' business trip had left her alone in that sprawling house, where every shadow seemed to breathe and every corner held secrets. The first night started innocently enough. Lisa curled up on the worn leather couch, the soft glow of her laptop illuminating her face as midnight approached. Then came the call that would change everything. The phone's sharp ring pierced the midnight silence like a knife, its metallic cry echoing through empty halls. Lisa's hand hesitated over the receiver, her fingers trembling slightly as they closed around its cold plastic surface. Her voice sounded small in the vastness of the dark house. The silence that answered was absolute, a void that seemed to swallow her words.
Don't answer the midnight call.
The line went dead, leaving Lisa alone with her racing thoughts. She told herself it was just a prank, just some bored teenager with nothing better to do. But deep in her chest, a knot of dread had begun to form. The next night, as darkness claimed the world once again, the phone rang at exactly midnight. The same time. The same piercing ring that seemed to mock her growing fear.
I told you, don't answer the midnight call. It's too late now. He knows you're listening.
The words hung in the air like poison as the line went dead once more. And then came the knocking. Soft at first, like someone tapping their fingernails against the heavy wooden door. Lisa's world narrowed to that sound, her breath catching in her throat as she approached the door. Through the peephole, only darkness greeted her. But the knocking continued, growing stronger, more insistent.
Let me in.
The words slithered through the keyhole, carrying with them a chill that froze Lisa's blood in her veins. In panic, she discovered her cell phone had no signal, and the landline lay dead in her trembling hands. The internet became her last refuge, her fingers flying across the keyboard as she searched for answers. There, buried in the digital archives of an old forum, she found it, a thread that made her heart stop. Don't answer the midnight call. The story within matched her own nightmare perfectly, a warning call at midnight. A voice that brought doom. And something that came afterward, something that wouldn't stop until it got inside. The sound of shattering glass in the living room confirmed her worst fears. He was inside now. Lisa grabbed a fireplace poker, its weight offering little comfort as she backed into the kitchen. Each footstep that followed her seemed to echo through the house like a death knell.
I told you not to answer.
When Lisa's parents returned the next morning, they found a house that seemed to hold its breath. The front door stood wide open, inviting in the morning mist. Inside, the air felt wrong, heavy with an otherworldly presence that made their skin crawl. On the floor lay the phone, its receiver dangling like a broken promise. Of Lisa, Through the static there was no came trace, a whisper, a but voice as her that mother seemed reached to for the echo phone, from somewhere meaning to far call the beyond the police, mortal realm, the line "Don't crackled answer to the life midnight one call." final time.
Don't answer the midnight call.
The Carter house stands empty now, its windows dark eyes staring out at the town of Hollow Creek. Some say that on quiet nights, when the moon is high and the wind whispers through the trees, you can still hear a phone ringing at midnight. But no one dares to answer it. For in Hollow Creek, they know the truth now. Some calls are better left unanswered, and some warnings come too late to save us from the darkness that waits on the other end of the line.